Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Crafting with V. If you're new here, welcome. So glad to have you. And if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. So today we are working on turkey for Thanksgiving. I've almost got the turkey done on it. And then we'll see where we're going to go from there once I get to right here, whether I put it away and try to work on something else instead and save it for next year, or if I keep going on it, I'm not sure. It depends. Hi, Margie. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you here. So, yeah, I'm working on this. I'm really enjoying working on this. I have been working on my Firefly fireworks, and I finally got down to the part to where you're starting to see some of the background behind the drag lane and stuff. It has just been the sky and the fireworks, so I was stuck with like working with 6 colors in that whole area for the first half of it. So I'm so glad to be down into the other parts. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Welcome. So glad you stopped by. Grahams, welcome. So glad to see you this morning. I'm trying not to sniffle and stuff like that, but my allergies are really acting up. So I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night because of them. You made it this time? Well, I am so glad for that. I'm just working on turkey for Thanksgiving. I really haven't got a lot of new stuff going on right now. I was gonna do an unboxing video in the car yesterday while my son was at work. And we drove all the way up there and they told him, well, we tried to call you, but you weren't supposed to come in today. So I didn't get that unboxing done. So I will try to do that maybe one day this weekend. If I get to work a little bit early, I might try to go ahead and do that unboxing. I've still got the canvases in the car. So I might be doing that this weekend. Hi, Jeannie. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you here. I hope I haven't missed anybody that's came in. Anyway, I've got 4 little Amazon canvases. I might do 2 for each video, because I do have another order coming in as well. It's just a small little order. It's got a pen in it and another painting, so we'll see where it goes from there. Good morning, Granny. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you here. I'm a little sniffly this morning, so please ignore that. I have been on this new twin health thing. I've actually lost 6 pounds so far. It's having me to weigh every day. So, gobble gobble. Yep, I'm working on my gobble gobble. working on my little turkey. I haven't decided if I'm going to get to the end of the turkey and then stop on it and save it for next year. It depends on my issue with trays. Okay, Grams. To see with my issue with the trays whether or not it's going to, whether or not I'm going to have enough for all the stuff that I want to do. Those Christmas ornaments that I was doing last week never did get finished. And I don't know how many of y'all have the Christmas ornaments, but just in this first one that I was working on, I found like 3 spots without glue. Because I did try to finish it, but I'm going to have to get some dot stick or something so I can do these. Because there was just, and they're not very big spots on it, but I need to get something to work with because I'm afraid that the rest of them are going to be that way too. So, they never did get completed, but I am so happy with my progress on my Firefly fireworks because it is going by really, really quick. Welcome back, Grams. But yeah, so they didn't get finished. I'm going to try to work on some more ornaments. Right now, I've just got my dog paws on it. But once I get a few more ornaments done, I'll take a picture and show a post or put it in one of my videos, something. And I've got to figure out a better way to record in here to show you my completions because I did finish the Hannah Lynn. But I may have to deal with the cold in my craft room and go in there and record it. So if I do a completion video on that, it's going to be a really, really short one. Because right now it is so cold. It seems we're in the 30s, and I don't like the cold weather. I don't know about y'all, but I hate cold weather. And that's the one thing about my twin health that I am not meeting is my steps because I don't want to get out and walk in the cold. In fact, last night I got my little heated throw while I was diamond painting in the living room. And I had it on, and Bullet, he comes up and he jumps up in the chair with me, and he feels that heated throw, so he gets in the chair right beside me, which there's not a whole lot of room in it. But I went to move to try to get up, and he's stuck between the blanket, and half of him's falling off of the chair. Of course, the blanket is holding him. But it was just so funny the way he was trying to hold on. He didn't want to get out of that blanket. I would love to have upper 50s. Florida doesn't have winter. I would so love that. Of course, I won't be moving anytime soon, but I would so love that. I absolutely hate the winter, and eventually, one of these days, I will get my craft room insulated and stuff better, put better windows in there, but It's just way too cold in there during the winter to do my lives and everything. I could probably handle the 48. Of course, I don't know. We have, whenever our thermostat is set on like 70, I'm still cold. Unless it's at night, we always turn it down to 70 at night. And then I'm in here sweating, and I've got windows open a crack just to kind of cool off this room because it's the first one next to the AC unit. So it gets the hottest in here. Yeah. Alexa, what's the temperature today? Okay, I guess we will be raising in temperature today. It's 35 degrees right now, though, outside. So I think that cancel. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be raising in temperature today. I think this is really the first day in a while. I'm Alexa, stop conversation. Okay, hopefully it took that. I've downloaded the new Alexa Plus so that, oops, you don't have to say the name every time, and it'll continue with the conversation if you speak within that time frame. And apparently it did. Good morning, Connie. Welcome. I'm so sorry I didn't see you come in. But yeah, we're actually going to be warming up today, which I will be inside all day. I've got to work tonight, which is I'm not looking forward to because I have done good all week on this twin health, but my weakness is whenever I go to work and we start getting slow. So that's going to be my weakness tonight. I've even found a lot of stuff that goes with this, like the keto bread, and there's been my coffee creamer. I found one that's good. So far I'm doing pretty good. I just gotta start exercising. I think I'm still subscribed at work to like a gym membership to where it lets me go to different gyms. And I'm gonna look into that tonight. And I might try to do that while it's cold out. The community center here has a little area. I think they've only got like one treadmill. They've got to where you can walk around the basketball court. It's not the best, but at least I won't have to drive out of town for it. Me too. I hope I am super busy to keep my mind off of stuff. I'm just, and we will start getting busy. I don't know if it'll be this weekend or next weekend. Last weekend was terribly slow. We got out of there early all 3 days. Because it was the day after Thanksgiving, or 2 days after Thanksgiving. The places were just opening back up on Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we had really low volume. 2 of those days, we did not even have any last round trucks. So it was pretty slow. I would That's the one thing. I've got a little outside canopy, but it doesn't have walls or anything on it, so I can't exactly diamond paint out there during the winter. If I did, I've got a little buddy heater that I would definitely run out there and work. There are, I've just got to go buy them because I haven't done it yet. Um, I've just got to find them. And I did a little bit the other day and found a few more things. Like, one of my favorite things to eat while I'm at work is grapes and cheese. And I get this out of the vending. I know I spend way too much money on it, so it's probably going to save me money in the long run. That turkey is staring at you. I think he just likes to stare at everybody. But hi, Candace, how are you? But grapes is one of the foods that I cannot have right now. I think it's because it's such a high sugar content, but I can have strawberries. So I will probably go by and pick up some strawberries before I go to work today. And I'll cube up a little bit of cheddar cheese, and maybe we'll have strawberries and cheese instead. Because both of those I can have for a snack. Did I get all of these? I actually got those done pretty quickly. I missed a C here, so I'm going to go ahead and get it real quick. Let's see. I haven't worked on this one all week, so I kind of forget where all the drills are at in here. It does, and hopefully it'll work. But one thing I've been really surprised about is I haven't been hungry during this, which has really surprised me. And even though basically what I can see about it is it's cutting out most of the sweets, not all, but most of the sweets and bread and potatoes. So I'm still able to eat all the other stuff, or a lot of the other stuff, and it's really surprised me. So maybe I can stick with this because I had tried on my own several times and it just didn't work. But this one has actually started working. Okay. See the percentage sign. Where is it hiding? I know it's here somewhere. Right there in front of me. But so if I can make it through the weekends, I'll be doing good. But yeah, yesterday we got all the way up to my son's job and had to turn all the way around and come back home. I've heard that a lot before, and that is just something that I cannot do because I do work nights. I do work nights, so my everything's a little bit further, but I normally eat about 8 o'clock for my last meal, but I don't go to bed normally till at least 11 at the latest. Or at the earliest, I go to bed about 11. So I think it's somewhere around the same concept. I'm not going immediately to bed after eating. But I also get up really early too. I'm normally up by 7:30. I know it's not Granny's early, but oh no. Are we going? I am hoping my camera does not fall, but if it does, I am so sorry. It's kind of leaning forward a little bit. I tried to set it up this way so it'd be closer to the canvas. I've got to get my other phone fixed to where I can record with it. Yeah, that is my hardest thing because I love bread. I love ice cream. You slept in till 4:30 today. My sleeping in is 8 o'clock. If I and that doesn't happen very often. Most of the time I'm up by at least 7:30. Like this morning I woke up at like 7:11, even though I thought I went ahead and set my alarm after I could not sleep last night. I was still up at like 3 a.m. Just trying to sleep. And I could not sleep for nothing. This is the first time in a while that that's happened, but it was my allergies, and I'm all stopped up, and I just couldn't sleep. I kept having to get up because I was so stuffed up. Well, I hope that you were able to eat everything that you want to. Flip flops. I am trying. I admit I love my sweets, and I love the one thing that it shows me actually how to make a healthy one in the app, and I might try that, but I love ice cream. Absolutely love ice cream. And that's one of my hardest things to give up. Good morning, Julie. How are you? I'm working on turkey for Thanksgiving. I haven't decided what depends on my tray status once I finish with the end of the turkey right about, well, y'all can't see it on there. Mm. But just the end of the turkey, I might put it away until y'all do it next year. It all depends on how many trays I have and how many things I need to kit up. So, Um, there is a recipe in there about smoothies, some of the smoothies that I can have. So I may try to make some of those, get the stuff for those. And there's even one in there cinnamon pancakes that you can make that are okay. Um, but my only problem with that is I want some kind of syrup on top, and it won't let you have the sugar-free syrup. I will try that, Jeannie. I will definitely look and see once I go there. That is not good, Sandra. I hope you do gain that weight that you need to. It's a Twin Health app. It's actually sponsored by my job. Um, they actually sent out a flyer not too long ago. And let me see. I can show you what it looks like. For me, it's free, but I don't know if if it's on an individual basis, if they have it for everybody. But in the beginning, they send you a blood glucose monitor. I got they sent me this watch, which is a Fitbit or a Garmin. And then they sent the blood glucose monitor, the supplies for it, the scale that's Bluetooth, and it keeps telling me to do my blood pressure cuff, but they didn't send me one, so I'm going to have to talk to them about that Tuesday. And let me find it on here. Oops, let me go back. Okay. I'm not sure you can see it, but it's right here. It's this app that's like the little heart. It's called Twin Health. I don't know how to go about it if it's not sponsored by your job like mine, but they pay 100% of it. It's just a benefit that they started offering. So I don't know if there's other places that do. And before I started, I had to go to get blood work drawn so that they could go from that first. And you have to get that done every 90 days, and they paid 100% of it. I know, Julie. I'm about in the same boat. I might put this away and work on it with y'all then, but I haven't decided. Knowing me, I will probably just order more trays. That's my problem. A lot of people have an addiction to like the diamond paintings, which I do. And the pens, mine is trays. I have to try out every type of tray I see. Especially if they're the ones that are storage and tray all in one. I love these types of trays. These ones are the Glotrove that I'm using right now. That is the one that they sent me pretty much. It's got all the stuff with it that they use. I'm not sure how all that stuff works. Let me go into this. See, whenever I go in here, I know the glucose part of it isn't on that, but it has your BMI, your waist size, muscle mass, and all that's body fat. And then the Garmin does the steps. It's telling me to connect my blood pressure cuff, which I don't have one. And last night it's showing I had a sleep score of 68 through the Garmin. So it does give you a lot of insights on it. A lazy Susie. What they do have, the ones that spin around. Yeah, my daughter actually had one of those. I'll have to get her to send me a picture of it. But she had one specifically made. And I don't have any of them in here, but the Diamond Art Club trays that they had before the new ones that they put out, so that she would be able to put those in there and she could hold, it was either 60 or 100 of those trays. And she had this guy make one specifically that would fit it. But she can put her Trabricks in there and it works for them too, so. But they do have them. They're, so far I found that they're really expensive, but they do have them. I would love to get one of those too. Okay, what color was I doing? I was doing the percentage sign. I get to chatting and forget which one I'm working on. It is really nice. I will text her later today and see if she'll send me a picture of it and I'll show it to y'all. I want to say it has 60 spots in it, but it could be the 100 one. I don't know. I would love to have one of those too, because these two boxes that I have sitting on a little side table over here take up the whole table. That's all that I can put on this little TV tray that I have sitting by me, is just those boxes. And in this room back here, I don't have nearly as much room as I do in my craft room. In my craft room, I have like 3 different tables that I can work on. But in here, I'm using, like this one that I have is just one of those fold-up tables that I'm working on right now. Yes, she would probably. She gets so mad at me. She'll come in from outside and immediately hop in my lap, and I have to put her down because she's like covered in leaves and her fur is wet from like the dew and stuff outside. But so she'll just sit there and stare at me, and whenever she thinks I'm not paying attention, she'll try to jump up on the table. And she knows what the word no means, because she'll look at me until she thinks I'm not paying attention. She'll move her paw up slowly, trying to get up there, and I'll tell her no, and she'll pull it back. And then she'll kind of, after she dries off, she'll get in my lap and kind of sneak around so that she's sitting beside me. And then most of the time, Bullet's sitting behind me in the chair. occasionally they get jealous of each other, and I think that there might be a fight coming soon, but they're doing good so far. Bullet has only growled at her a few times, and that's whenever I'm trying to eat, and I'll have one of them on each side just staring up at me. And then the other night during Granny's Live, I was eating pork loin, and I got up for a minute. I don't remember what it was for. I think Josh asked me where something was at, so I went to look for it. And I wasn't gone no more than a minute from the table. And Bullet hops up in my chair and hops up on the table and grabs the pork loin that I had. I was so aggravated. He knows better. He knows that he'll get a bite of it towards the end, but he was not waiting. Yes, he is a food thief. You cannot leave anything anywhere. I have this little thing in my kitchen, like if it hangs on the cabinet door for a little like grocery bag. And I love it being right there because if I'm cooking and say I'm cooking eggs, I can crack the eggs and put the shells in that little bag. And it's just a small little bag that I throw things like that in. I cannot put any food wrappers or anything in that because he will get up there. He will grab a hold of that little bag and get into it. No, I would not trade these two for anything, but there's days that they do drive me crazy. I can't let Stardust in this room because the bed in here that I have set up for the kids is just an air mattress. I don't have a regular mattress on it, so of course cats and their claws don't go along with that. So she gets a little aggravated because I won't let her in here. And she'll sit at the door sometimes and just meow, and you can see her stick her little paw underneath the door wanting in. So y'all probably won't see her as much until it starts getting warmer out again. Unless I go and record in the back room. And if I do that, I'll be wearing a full coat and hat and everything else because it gets so cold in there. I love them to death, but they drive me crazy at times. It's like I can't even sit down to have my coffee in the morning before I have two little pets sitting down at my feet wanting up in the chair with me. What? We are already at 39 minutes. That looks like Pokemon. That is my Randall Spangler turkey. This is turkey for Thanksgiving. I absolutely love this painting. And I'll be so happy whenever I finish the Firefly fireworks. I don't know who all was here in the beginning whenever I said this, but I finally got to the point of Firefly fireworks where you can see the landscape background before you get to the dragon in that one. And I finally got to that point, so I'm not using the same 6 or 7 colors. uh, it is funny. I had a dog. Her name was Bailey, and she was a big dog. We had her since she was like 6 weeks old. She passed away a few years ago, but anyway, let's see if I might be able to find a picture of her. I'll have to go to my Google Photos to try to find it. We'll go way back. But anyway, I was working at Sonic as a second job at that time. And so we had bought steaks, and I wasn't expecting to have to work that night. Well, Josh, he went ahead and grilled the steaks, and he was going to save me one. Well, while they were eating, he had it scooted up all the way to the back of the stove. He didn't think that she would be able to reach it. She just gets up, puts her hands on the stove, grabs that steak, and takes off. So I did not get a steak that night. Because we don't do steaks very often. Oh, there's some of Stardust. I know I've got lots of pictures of Bailey in here, but trying to find them. Here's one. Let me close that. Okay, so I'm going to try to show this to you. This is Bailey. That's Bullet. And then this was Tiger. Tiger passed away right around the same time. I lost like 3 of my pets all around the same time that year. But I used to have 5 dogs, and then these 3 I had for a long time. And now it's just Bullet. And he's getting pretty old himself. I know he's 13? 13 or 14. I'll have to look back and see. But Bailey was, out of all of my dogs, Bailey was the best behaved, except for whenever she grabbed my steak off the stove. And except for if you opened up the front door and she saw a chance, she would take off running. And if you chased after her, she would just keep running faster, like she was wanting to play. I can see that. I've had a few as puppies that, like, we were watching my son's dog for a while, and this is one dog. Normally I could never say that I hate an animal, but this dog and I did not get along at all. I bought a brand new pair of sandals, and this dog ended up chewing them up within like hours of me bringing them home. And then we tried to put him outside in the backyard to keep him outside. We weren't being mean. Um, it was a nice day outside. We just wanted him to spend some time outside. Well, this same dog decided he wanted in, and he tore the doggy door off of the door, and he got in the house. Yes, it was right around the time that I started my channel. But anyway, I don't know if I have pictures of this dog, but anyway, you would try to put this dog outside and he would not go. He would just sit there being stubborn and did not want to go outside. So I put him outside, and um, somehow I put him outside, and I was trying to get him to stay outside. So I grabbed his collar and I was trying to put him down the stairs so I could close the door. And that dog pulled me down the stairs. And that was one dog that me and that dog did not get along. I can't even remember his name. Andrew still has him though. It was like 2 or 3 days later, I said, "You need to come and get him and take him somewhere else. I cannot handle him," because he was moving at the time. I could so see that. Yeah, whenever I brought Bullet home, I'm gonna try to find some other pictures of real quick. I know they're way down here, but whenever I first brought Bullet home, I thought that I would have trouble with Bailey because Bailey was such a big dog. I didn't think she would like having a little chihuahua around. But she absolutely was not. Ignore the mess on this couch. This is the same couch I have today, and because of the animals, you can see where it tears up. But this is Bailey and Stardust sleeping right next to each other. You can barely see Stardust because she blends in, but she's over here. Then Bailey's right there. She was so sweet. Whenever I first brought Bullet home, she tried to play tug of war with him with one of the toys. Of course, you see this little chihuahua and this big dog, and they sit there, they've got the tug rope, and Bailey's just laying on the floor holding on to it. But they got along great. Now, I had a dog named Precious, and she did not like Bullet at first. Did not like him at all. She thought that she was queen of the house. Trying to see if I can find other pictures of them in there. This was one of Lexi's dogs. Let me kind of blow it up a little bit so you can see her. And get her boyfriend out of the picture so I don't show you this. This was one of Lexi's dogs, and she had him right up until Mo was born. And he was a little aggressive. We didn't know if he was just not used to the baby or what. But anyway, We suggested getting him fixed. Maybe that might help a little bit. And he ended up passing away during that procedure. Apparently, he had an unknown heart problem. But she trained that dog from the beginning. He was very well trained. But he wasn't good with kids, so if that hadn't worked, he would have had to find a new home anyway. But she absolutely loved that dog. Here's another one of Bailey. I don't know if you can see it. She's all stretched out on the couch. She would not move whenever she had the couch. And she just would not move at all. Whenever she got like that, she was like a ton lead trying to get her to move off the couch so somebody could sit there. Let's see. I'm still not finding the picture that I wanted to. Oops. And I know it's in here somewhere. She would give you these little puppy dog eyes. But her and Bullet got along really, really well. I'm trying to find the picture of Precious in here. It's the only dog I haven't found so far, but she passed away before the other ones. This was Bailey going on a car ride. That was one of the only ways I could catch her, is I would have to drive around the block and either open up the door. There was one time the window was down and she just jumped right in it. Okay. Maybe I can find a picture of Precious. I know I've got some in here. Once I find that, that'll be the last one that I'll show you. For now, anyway. I'm finding some really cute pictures in here. Where is it at? It should be somewhere in this little section. I guess I'm not going to find that picture. This is one of my favorite pictures of Lexi, though. I'm going to show this to you. And she had done her face for Halloween at school. I love this little picture of her. And she was in She was in high school at that point. She sent that to me and I saved it. No. That one was Tiger. She was always crawling under the blankets like Bullet. That was whenever she was a little younger. By the time that she passed away, she was getting close to 20. No, I guess I can't find it right now. I know it's here somewhere. I'll look for it. And maybe next time I'll show you a picture of Precious. I know I have them, they're just hard to find right now. That one that used to sing a car insurance commercial, that is hilarious. Now, Bailey was such a sweet little dog. And Precious was too. Precious. And it was my son's favorite dog. And whenever he was diagnosed with diabetes and we brought him home from the hospital, the first thing and only thing he was worried about was seeing Precious. He went directly to Precious, didn't care about anything else. And then my older son kind of whispered over to us saying, "Is he contagious?" Because, of course, he knew that he had been diagnosed with diabetes, but he wanted to make sure that he wasn't contagious. But Precious turned out that Precious was his dog. He loved Precious. Margie, I bet that was so adorable with the dog. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So, do any of y'all have plans this weekend? What are y'all gonna do? I have not. Oh my gosh, we are already at 58 minutes. I cannot believe that. This live has went by so quickly. I will be diamond painting once I get home from work, but I might try, if I get out of there early, I might try to sit down and do a little bit of diamond painting. I'm the one who has not started buying Christmas presents yet. I'll be the one who does that, puts it off till the very, very end. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go because I've got to get ready for work, unfortunately. But I will see everyone next time. Thank y'all so much for being here and listen to me chat and all of that. I love these lives. I look forward to them each week. It's calling you. I'm that same way. And I'm definitely going to try to get my WIP video recorded this next week. So every time y'all see a video, y'all need to remind me to record that video. Yes, have a great weekend, everyone. If you don't mind, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. I would love to have you. And I will see everyone next time. Take care, everyone.